Alrighty guys, the well overdue Troopy rig rundown. There's going to be quite a bit of stuff in this video, so it might be a bit of a lengthy one, but we'll try and do it as quick as we can. We'll start with the bar work up the front here. We got the ARB Deluxe bull bar. We paired that with side steps and side rails just for that extra bit of protection. We've gone with steady spotlights up the front there, and they're actually the 7.5 inch version, and they absolutely pump out some light, so they are highly recommended. We've gone with a 5.5 ton Ridge Rider winch from Super Cheap Auto. Seems to be doing the job. We've used it twice and no problems at all, so that's pretty good. We got a GME aerial paired with a GME 3350 two-way. That's the one with you got your buttons on your handheld piece, so that's nice and easy to use. That's about it for the front. Nothing special underneath the car. Actually, I'll show you underneath the engine bay. Just pop the bonnet. Now she is a standard NA 18Z 6-cylinder 4.2. She's bloody slow, but she gets the job done, mate. So that's the main thing. Yeah, so standard NA. We've got a dual battery setup under here, 2 Bosch batteries, 1 starter, 1 deep cycle, and they're run by a Red Arc 100 amp isolator. So yeah, that's pretty much it under the bonnet. We've also got the Safari R-Max snorkel on the side there, just for that little bit of extra air. And the original snorkel on the Troopies are not actually a proper snorkel, they're just not sealed properly halfway up, so they're just a raised intake. So yeah, I went with the nice sealed up Safari R-Max. Not only does the job, but it looks bloody awesome. We have gone with the Wild Peak all-terrain 285 75 16 tyres. 30,000 kilometres we've done on them, and they seem to be doing the job just perfectly. I've had them down to all kinds of pair size, and they perform so good on the sand, on the road. They're nice and quiet, and they seem to be wearing just perfectly. So still got a lot more to do on them. I reckon we'll go for well over 100,000 kilometres on them. So yeah, that's the tyres, and we've got a 2-inch lift from Lovells on there. It's the GVM upgradable one, so I've got all the shockies, springs at the front and the rear springs as well. I think it's a 600 or 800 constant load leaf spring at the back and a 200 coil at the front. So yeah, that brings the GVM of the Troopy up from 3.3 to 3.9 and a gross combined mass of 7.4 tonnes, which is quite impressive. We've got an ARB air locker under there as well at the rear. We've used that to get into some pretty cool campsites, and yeah, just up those rutted hills, it definitely 100% helps. Would highly recommend an AR locker. We'll come over to the quick pitch gull wing. So we installed the gull wing from Quick Pitch just to hold our shower setup and our soaps and all that kind of stuff. So when I got the fit out built, we asked the bloke to make a little indent there so we can store that stuff there, and that fits perfectly. So yeah, that's the Quick Pitch gull wing, and this is the Quick Pitch ensuite. 2 straps hold her up, just come straight down like that. 2 seconds to set up. You don't even need pegs on only if it's nice and windy. So yeah, that's that one. That's just bang straight away up. You just chuck your toilet in there, and yeah, that's where we have our showers as well. If you come into the front here and the driver's side, we got the 12 volt setup. I'll take the camera and bring it in there nice and close. So yeah, we got the 12 volt Kings box there. We got all your fuses on there and all your switches for the exterior lights, and you got a USB point and all your 12 volt sockets and a nice little volt meter there. We paired the box with a Red Arc charger for the solar panel and the AGM battery, so that does the job for that. We got the EnerDrive 400 watts inverter that charges our laptop and camera batteries, etc., and no problems at all with that. Would highly recommend a EnerDrive. And down there, you can't really see, we got the AGM battery. It's 135 amp, and yeah, that's performing just the way we need it to, so happy with that little setup. Seats, so I've got a bad lower back, so I did some research and I found these Stratos. I think they're 3000 SS is the name of them. They've got an inbuilt shock absorber and a lower back lumbar which works with your air pump by hand. Now that lower back, when you pump that lower back up, you can drive for 7 hours and you do not get any pressure on your lower back, and it's next level. And the the shocky in there helps as well. One of the best modifications I've done on the car is the seats. There's that two-way, the GME one, so yeah, just a 3350 version. All right, we'll go to the back of the car, check it out. We went with an MCC rear bar. I caused myself a bit of a mischief when I was out forward driving one time, and I've basically pushed the whole bar up, and it kind of scratched the side of the car, so I'm not too happy about that. In the future, I'd probably go with a K-bar or a more heavy duty kind of bar where it really tucks into the sides and doesn't do what I've done. But that was probably user error, that was my fault. And so on the bar, we've got the spare tyre with a camp cover storage bag, which has come in handy a lot. So what we do is we chuck our rubbish bag in there, and we've got our recovery gear in the top zip. So 2 zips in there. Me and some mates welded this beast of a thing up. So it holds the 2 22-litre jerry cans or water tanks and a gas bottle there. Thanks Cammy, the welds are holding up. It was Cam's first time welding, so gone over a few corrugations there and it's doing the job, mate. The reason why we hold the gas bottle here is because when we go to set up our little kitchenette area, what I do is I just normally pull that out like that, gas bottle sits there, Max Trax table comes down, open up the gull wing, which means the mates whip together as well, and that's holding up beautifully. Barbecue just sits nice and easily there, straight to the gas bottle. So nice, quick, easy setup. The whole idea of the car is just to make everything as simple as we can, and that's what we've done, and it's working well so far. So yeah, that's the kitchenette area, and that's gull wing closed, and we just get this back around, and that's packed up, so nice and easy. We got steady exterior lights there just for if we're on the beach camping, etc., or having a shower. We just chuck those lights on the side. And what I also did was, what I think is a pretty good idea, is we chuck 3 switches up there in the Alu-Cab for when we're in bed at night. If we hear any funny noises or someone's poking around, we just switch those lights on, we can see what's going on. So yeah, that's a pretty good little idea that you can keep in mind. Now for the best bit of the car is the Alu-Cab Hercules conversion and the shadow awning by Alu-Cab as well. It's the thing we get questions on the most, and the biggest question we've had is how much does it cost? It was a hefty investment and it was a big decision to make, and honestly it was the best decision Megan and I made. The Alu-Cab conversion comes with a full mod certificate and it's fitted by professionals. You can buy it for $12,000 not fitted, but I wouldn't recommend fitting it yourself. I'd leave it to professionals. So what we did was we got it all fitted by Iron Man in Perth, and the Alu-Cab cost us $13,350 fitted, and the awning cost us $2,100 fitted. So yeah, like I said, a big investment, but we're definitely happy with it, and if you're thinking about doing it, definitely do it. I'll bring you over to the tent. Once again, we wanted a nice easy setup, and that's what we've done. We've actually chucked the storage box on there, holds all our snorkel gear, etc., and our stand-up paddleboard. And yeah, it's just nice and simple, straight up. I have added a bit of weight to the top there, which makes it a bit harder to push up, but nothing crazy. You just pull your little piece of string down, and there's 2 bits of metal that go into there, and that holds your al fresco up like that. And that's the tent set up. Literally takes, what, 8 seconds, eh? Crazy. It's nice and sturdy, even when it's windy. It's been well thought out, and it's just a nice piece of engineering. Now for the awning. Nice and simple. Best thing about this is you don't have to set up any legs, nothing. All you got to do is unzip it and pull it straight out like so. Bring it around to the back of the Alu-Cab here, and it's got a little attachment up the top here. You just slide it in, tighten it up, and push your little pole up here. Gets rid of all your condensation overnight, or if it starts raining or the rain comes down, obviously. And it does also come with a leg, just in case the wind does really pick up. Nice and simple, straight down like that, peg it in, And that's about it really. That's all we've got to show you on the exterior of the Troopy. I'll hand you over to Megan and she's going to do the interior.
Cool, so I'll take you through the interior of the Troopy now. We'll start at the back here. On this side we've got our companion pop-out sink, which is awesome. We use it all of the time. Only thing I would say is these little ridges can be a bit difficult to clean, but other than that it's wicked. And Jack's just made a little nook in there for all of our dishwashing items. Over on this side we've got the front runner drop down table, which just pulls out to some extra bench space or a chopping board. We use that every day as well, mostly for drying our dishes. Might notice that we've got a bit of sticky residue on the back windows here. That is because our camp cover bags up there used to live there, but we found from the heat it was melting the glue, but it's Velcro, so it goes perfectly up there. So just need to get that cleaned off now. So over on this side we've got the compressor point and our cooking drawer, which is super long and deep. All of our cooking stuff is in here, and like spices and oils and things that we'll use on a day-to-day basis. And this one here is mainly just a junk drawer. It's got like the compressor hose and that sort of thing. I'm not going to try and open it because it's overflowing and it will definitely get stuck. So show you inside the car now. Starting off on this side we've got the 60-litre Engel fridge freezer, which all you do is pop a lid on the right hand side and that side can become a freezer if you like. That is the perfect size for us. We can do a 7-day shop pretty much and it fits everything in perfectly, no issues whatsoever. Down underneath we've got a little cutout for our companion barbecue, which Jack's just put some rubber stoppers there so it doesn't go flying out when we're driving. So our drawer set up here, we've got some nice really big deep drawers which can fit heaps of stuff in here, and our cutlery lives up here as well. And this is just our pantry where we store like tins and things that don't get used every single day, like the ones in the front. And our travel buddy here, which I'll be honest, I was pretty skeptical about to begin with, but it cooks anything that you want. It can do a full roast dinner. It's awesome. Across the back here, all we do is we just pop this here and flip that one up. So we've got our portaloo just living here when we need to be self-contained. We'll pull that out and chuck it into the quick pitch ensuite. And then over on this side we've actually got a separate compartment on top of that deep drawer so we can store all of our clothes here. That was a design of the cabinet maker, which is awesome. I would never have thought of that on my own. We sketched out a lot of this ourselves, but that I was like, ugh, sick, more room for clothes. And then we've got our shoes in here. That's the dustiest part of the whole car, so that is a good spot for our shoes. And then back here we've just got our drinking water tanks and beach towels and that sort of thing. Okay, cool, so a bit of an awkward angle, but we really wanted to show how the tent actually works because we get quite a few questions on it. So I'm just standing on top of the fridge here. We usually just step up on the bench seat there. This just pulls down like so, and we can keep our pillows up here when we've got it pushed up to stand up inside, and then climb up, and there's another little latch here that just pulls down like that, and there's your bed, easy peasy. One of the good things about the Alu-Cab rooftop tents is that you can usually pull it all down with all of your bedding still in here. For us, the mattress was a little bit too hard to begin with, so we actually got one of these eggshell foam things from Clark Rubber and laid that on top to make it a bit softer for us. So because of that, we had to forego the option to keep our bedding up here, but it wasn't really an issue. We just went for sleeping bags instead of quilts, and that way we can just shove them in a bag to pack it all up. So that is pretty much it for the tent. Okay, so that is pretty much everything in our tiny home.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed it. We'll try and do a description box below with everything that we've gone through in the video.
And hopefully we haven't missed anything. So yeah, if you've spotted anything that we've missed, if you have any questions, we're happy to answer anything. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the road.